Right now, we are still working to learn what motivated a man to open fire at a Florida gaming competition. The mass shooting happened in Jacksonville.
Now, here's the very latest. 2 innocent victims are dead, 11 others hospitalized, including 1 from the Bay Area. 9 with gunshot wounds, 2 more with other injuries. That shooter, identified as 24-year-old David Katz, is dead.
Amanda Shavari is live for us at the landing in Jacksonville where this all happened. So, Amanda, we learned the names of the 2 dead overnight.
Gail, we did, and that information was being released to us as deputies here continue to investigate what happened at the Jacksonville landing. We can tell you this morning, according to USA Today, 27-year-old Taylor Robertson of West Virginia and 22-year-old Eli Clayton of California were killed. People here gathered last night angry about violence. Dozens of people outside the place where this happened, the Chicago Pizza, demanding action from lawmakers, saying enough is enough when it comes to gun violence.
It is not just a Jacksonville thing. It is not just a Florida thing, but we're advocating for anybody that has ever been a victim of violence.
Protesters gathered outside Chicago Pizza where that shooting happened with signs calling for change. They want to see an end to violence. The sheriff's office says 24-year-old David Katz of Baltimore is the shooter and ultimately took his own life. Last night, law enforcement searched his parents' home in Baltimore, Maryland. As police work to find out why Katz opened fire, people who lived through it are trying to make sense of it all.
We got a glimpse of the shooter, but we didn't get like a face or anything like that. We just saw somebody just like standing there with 2 hands on a gun and just walking back. The first gunshot sounded like a balloon pop, and then second, third, and fourth one, we just seen like everybody moving quickly to the front to the exit. So we went down and we're crawling out trying to make sure that we okay.
And when it comes to why, some eyewitnesses say that Katz may have been upset over being eliminated from the tournament. However, the sheriff's office not releasing an official motive at this time. Of course, 8 on your side will keep a very close eye on any developments and bring them to you. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Amanda. Well, our team coverage continues right now with a look at the 2 lives cut short in this senseless shooting. Eli Clayton and Taylor Robertson.
Avery Cotton, she's here now with what we're learning about the 2 victims that were killed. Avery, good morning.
Good morning. You know, I've been looking at social media all morning long about these 2, and if you take a look at social media, you can tell that they were both very popular in the gaming world. According to his page on easports.com, 27-year-old Taylor Robertson was from West Virginia. He went by the name Spot Me Please. He was a big name in the gaming world, named as one of the most notable competitors to attend the tournament in Jacksonville. That's according to an article on easports.com. And according to Robertson's Twitter account, he was a father and a husband and leaves behind a young son. Many people taking to Twitter and social media offering their sympathy to his family. And the second victim, Eli Clayton, who went by the gaming name True or True Boy, was 22 and from California. He was known for his stick work in competition. Many people on Twitter have posted about his friendly personality. And both were shot by 24-year-old David Katz, who is described as an intense gamer. I'll have more on what could have driven him to the shooting coming up in the next half hour at 6:30.
All right, thank you, Avery. Well, this morning, a Riverview man is recovering after being shot 3 times at that gaming event in Jacksonville. Tim Alslimo's mom posted photos of the governor visiting her son in the hospital yesterday. She said on Twitter that he was shot in the hand, thigh, and chest.
We're hearing from both of our senators this morning. First from Senator Marco Rubio, who tweeted that he was horrified, also promised, quote, to provide any and all federal resources needed to respond to Jacksonville landing shooting. Senator Bill Nelson also tweeted that he would make sure federal resources are available in addition to his shock. Word of another tragic mass shooting in our state brings shock and outrage.
With video of the shooting circulating on social media this morning, your child may be feeling anxious this morning. The Crisis Center of Tampa Bay tells us it's important to check in with your kids to help them process their emotions.
It's up to you as a parent to ask your child, what have you seen today? What have you heard today? How did that make you feel? And more importantly, this is how it made me feel. Those are the building blocks of discussions that you can have with your children.
If you're not sure how to start these discussions or feeling anxious yourself, Counselors are standing by 24 hours a day. Just dial 211 to get help.